Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This time around, it is Lock and Chase for the Atari 2600, based on the arcade game of the same name by Data East, and has been ported to other systems as well. This version is just like the arcade game. You run around the board, you collect all the gold bars, you avoid the cops, you slam the doors in the cops' faces in order to keep them away from you and force them to take another route to get to you. And then you get out of the room and start stealing all the gold bars in the next one. There are no game variations, but there is a two-player mode where player 1 is orange and player 2 is green. But we're just going to stick to the two-player variation. And to start a game, all you have to do is just press the fire button. You start out with 5 lives. Don't waste them. As you play through the game, there will be red and pink boxes that will pop out and show up in the center of the room. And if you grab those, you'll get quite a few points for getting them. The red one is worth 500. The pink one, or the purple one rather, is worth 250. And if you grab them multiple times, you will multiply the amount of points that you get from each subsequent one that you get. Like I just picked up the red box twice, and therefore I get 1,000 points. And I got caught on the first screen. That's no good. I don't want to go out that way. Let's try that again. And let's also use the fire button to close the door. Well, that didn't work. Let's try it again. I do not want to lose a life on the first screen. That would be very embarrassing and very bad towards my high score endeavors. You can close up the 2 doors, and the doors stay closed for a short amount of time. While the doors are closed, neither you nor the cops can go through them. Also, there cannot be a gold bar in the way of where you want to shut the door. And the last set of these black lines that you pass by will dictate where you close a door. I'm still doing dumb things. Let us go for a flawless first screen again, because I really want to do that. Why am I messing this up? Seriously, you really don't want to, 1, be trapped in the corner, and 2, you don't want to lose a life on the first screen, because that would be very embarrassing. There are tunnels at the sides that you can use, but the cops will also use them after the first level. The cops get a lot more devious after the first screen. Also, whenever you grab a treasure box, either a red one or a purple one, you get to start moving again about a second sooner than the cops. So that will give you a little bit of a head start against the cops whenever you get some big bonus points in the center of the room. And you can kind of plan what you want to do accordingly. Just keep an eye on the cops. And now we've completed our first screen, so if we press the fire button again, we'll start our second one. And the cops move when you move, as always. You want to be very careful. The cops will be rather devious. Don't go for the bonuses unless you're sure you can get them and live to tell. All right. Let's go that way. And I just closed 2 doors there. Did not mean to close 2 doors. The door shutting mechanism at least the idea of doing it, can be a bit iffy, I guess you could say. Also, wow, these enemies are getting a lot more devious, I have to say. And whenever you do get caught by a cop, you will lose a life. You will have to press the fire button to get going again. And, well, we made it to our second screen. Now it's time for the third one. Now that I've made it through the first screen flawlessly, I will now start taking death. I'd rather not die on the first screen at all, to be honest. And, wow, it's like the game just decided to not let me move up. And I felt like there wasn't much that I could have done there. Okay. And I managed to pull a fast one on the enemies there. That was neat. Alright. Yeah, the more distance I can get between myself and the cops, the better. I feel like I'm sort of cheating death in some way here. I was sure that that cop was not going to get me. Well, that starts the next screen regardless. If you collect all the gold bars but then die, you get to go to the next screen, I think. And that was terrible. Now I'm on my last life. Let's see how far I can go with what I know, which may not be very far at all. Well, at least I hit 10,000 points, so I managed to do that at least. And I tried to move into the tunnel in the side, and that didn't work. And then I tried to go to right there, and that didn't work either. Now, if you do get a game over, the score will flash orange and gray. And when that happens, you do have the reset. And then you can press the fire button to get started with a new game. It is possible to go without shutting doors on the enemies if you know what you're doing, but you really have to know what you're doing. I recommend using the doors against the enemies whenever possible. It will do you so much good. And if you're approaching a corner, do not open a door then. Speaking of corners, that was terrible. Speaking of corners, if you can trap a cop in a corner with 2 doors, you will get 2,000 bonus points for your efforts. The game does give you that bonus. So there is that. And you're going to go down. You know, you're not going to go down. I'm amazed by that. Okay. Let's get everything over here. And let's go back over here. And I didn't pass by that area all the way. So therefore, a door closed in the distance away from where I actually was. Sometimes the door closing concept of the game that sets it apart from other maze-like games of its era It does act a little finicky, as I have said before, and now you've kind of seen that finickiness in action. With how that one door I didn't mean to close, or rather, yeah, I did close the door, technically. That one door that I didn't intend to close ended up closing just suddenly. Okay. And that made things a little different. Don't want to do that yet. And we've already gotten more score in this session than in our last session after just the second screen. Now it's time for the third one. And I don't expect to get very far here either. I do want to be smart as I play through this. That guy's going pretty fast. Somehow I managed to get past him. Okay, you're going that way. I'm getting 1,000 points out of that box. And that noise is only heard when the red box pops up in the center of the maze. You'll never hear it with the purple box. And here I was thinking I was going to get caught there. I did not. And I ran into the cop. I was trying to double back too. That didn't go very well. Let's see if I can get 20,000. That would be cool. So this game, it's alright. I do like the idea of shutting the doors on the cops and forcing them to take another route to get to you. I say as I get trapped by 2 cops after touching my microphone. Genius idea there. And I did not think he would turn there. Well, he sure got me. And yeah, those cops are now using the side tunnels. And he ran right into me. Are you kidding me? Well, this is no fun. Now I got all those guys over there. But they're all now over there. Brilliant. Just a few more. Ooh, I got an extra life for hitting 20,000. That's hard to do. Managed to get an extra life in this run. Also, 4,000 points off the purple box. And then I get caught by a cop because I didn't see him take the tunnel. Well, that was fun. Nice little game for the Atari 2600, this. Definitely set it itself apart from Pac-Man by allowing you to shut doors and keep the enemies at bay for a few seconds at the very least. Pretty engaging stuff. And I'm surprised that I did as well as I did here. And I might as well go ahead and give my mini review. So this game, well, the graphics are simple, but they're easily identifiable. You have your arcadey style sound that all Atari 2600 games are known to have, and this one, the sounds in this one I do like. They're not overly annoying, and you kind of get into the flow of having them around. I mean, you'll definitely be hearing things when you pick up gold bars, when the red treasure box appears, when you get caught by one of the enemies. It's a very nice aural experience for the Atari 2600. It does sound pretty good. It doesn't sound very, very annoying either. Gameplay, pretty good. It's not perfect. Sometimes the door closing mechanism, the mechanics for that, they can be a little finicky, especially if you double back in between a pair of black lines and you end up closing a door someplace else, or you don't close a door where you expect to close a door. But other than that, I can't really complain too much about the controls. And like all Atari 2600 games, your replay value may vary. You may spend a couple minutes with this at best. You may spend even more. It depends on whether or not you are really into these sorts of games for the Atari 2600. And I could see myself spending quite a bit of time with this one. It's a fine game, really. And definitely one to recommend. I mean, it seems pretty bare bones, but the fun is very, very much there. And if you're kind of burned out by Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man, this is one of those maze games that is pretty easy to get into. I mean, the door slamming mechanism, the mechanics for that really is a game changer as far as maze games go. And so, this has been Let's Play Lock and Chase for the Atari 2600. Hopefully I'll be back with another game. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be bad. Maybe it'll be somewhere in between. Who knows? Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care. Stay safe. Thanks for watching, and see y'all later.